हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वतीपतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We are seeing this 11th chapter of Gita, Bhagwan is showing his Vishwarupa to Arjuna. In the beginning, Arjuna saw all the Devatas and many hands and legs and heads of Bhagwan. Later on, Bhagwan showed him his Rudra Rupa, Ugra Rupa, wherein Arjuna saw all the great warriors entering the mouths, the burning and ferocious and terrible mouths of Vishwarupa Bhagwan. And Arjuna got really scared seeing this form. And he asked Bhagwan, "Who are you?" And Bhagwan said, "I am Kala, I am death, and I have come, I am all ready to destroy all this adharma. And I have already killed this Dronacharya, Bhishma, Jayadratha and Karna and all. So you just become a nimitta." So seeing this wonderful form of Bhagwan and very scary, Arjuna got very scared, but at the same time he was filled with that love for Ishvara and understood his Mahima. And Arjuna is now praying to Bhagwan. It's a very beautiful prayer, universal prayer. We chanted yesterday, and again we will chant today also. As I had said, this is a universal prayer wherein Arjuna is praying to that Vishwarupa Bhagwan who had taken Ugra Rupa. Arjuna is praying to him, he praises Bhagwan, he does namaskar to Bhagwan, and he also asks for forgiveness, and he requests Bhagwan to take a pleasant form again. So we'll chant this prayer. So you also chant, all of you chant along with me. From verse number 36 we'll chant. Arjuna Uvacha स्थाने ऋषिकेश तव प्रकीर्त्या जगत्प्रहृष्यत्यनुरज्यते च रक्षांसि भीतानि दिशो द्रवन्ति सर्वे नमस्यन्ति च सिद्धसङ्घाः कस्माच्च तेन नमेरन्महात्मन् गरीयसे ब्रह्मणोऽप्यादिकर्त्रे अनन्तदेवेश जगन्निवास त्वमक्षरं सदसत्तत्परं यत् त्वमादिदेवः पुरुषः पुराणः त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानं वेत्तासि वेद्यं च परं च धाम त्वया ततं विश्वमनन्तरूप वायुर्यमोऽग्निर्वरुणः शशाङ्कः प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेस्तु सहस्रकृत्वः पुनश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते नमः पुरस्तादथ पृष्ठतस्ते नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वत एव सर्व अनन्तवीर्यामितविक्रमस्त्वं सर्वं समाप्नोषि ततोऽसि सर्वः सखेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तं हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति अजानता महिमानं तवेदं मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि यच्चावहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासनभोजनेषु एकोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत्क्षमक्षं तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयं पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव तस्मात् प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यं पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियप्रियार्यार्हसि देव सोढुम् अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम् प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते। बोलिए श्री विश्वरूप भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। So Arjuna is praying to Bhagwan. He says कि स्थाने ऋषिकेश तव प्रकीर्त्या, that everything is स्थाने, everything is proper, appropriate, that the whole world is rejoicing, listening to your glories and singing your glories, that is appropriate. And it is appropriate that they are rejoicing in you because you are the very source of all joy, you are the self of all beings. So it is fit that everyone rejoices in you. But those who are following the path of adharma, those Rakshasas, they are getting scared and running in all direction. That is also appropriate. And all the siddhas and enlightened beings, they are doing namaskar to you. That is also sthane. Arjuna says, Kasmachatena nameran mahatman. Why will not all these beings worship you? Why will they not do namaskar to you? Kasmachatena nameran mahatman. Hey Mahatma, why will they not do namaskar to you? Because you are Gariyase, you are the supreme, you are the topmost, you are the most worshipful. Because Brahmano api adikartre, you are even before Brahma, you are the one from whom even Brahma, the creator, is born. Hiranyagarbha is born. You are greater than him because he is also born from you. So Brahmano api adikartre, Ananta Devesha, you are Ananta, infinite. You are Devesha, the Lord of all the Devatas. You are the master of all the Devatas. And Jagannivasaha, you are the Jagannivas, you are the very abode of the entire Jagat. The whole Jagat resides in you. The whole Jagat resides in you. See, generally when we look at this world, we see the world, all the matter and energy and all these objects on earth, plus all these planets and the sun and the moon and the stars. Generally one feels that everything resides in space. We experience everything residing in space. But space itself resides in that Paramatma. Space is also an object, an element, which is born from that Paramatma, from that Ishvara. So everything resides in Ishvara. Space and time and objects and beings and various lokas, all of them reside in that Paramatma alone. So Ananta Devesha Jagannivasa Tvam Aksharam, you are Akshara, imperishable, indestructible, ever existing reality. Generally people sometimes little children and all, they ask that if God created everything, then who created God? Nobody created God. God is always existing. The very nature of God, Ishvara, is existence. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, always present, always existing. The world comes into manifestation, remains, and then becomes unmanifest. But that Ishvara is always present, always there, without undergoing any change, any modification. Ishvara alone expresses as this world. From the world, seeing the world, we come to understand the existence of Ishvara. So therefore Arjuna says, Kis sat asat tat param yata. That Ishvara is sat, asat and tat param also. Means is not only sat and asat, but also beyond sat and asat. Not only expressing as sat and asat, but also beyond sat and asat. See, this sat and asat is what we experience in this world. We experience these two expressions. We experience the world as asat. Asat means constantly changing, always present, but constantly changing. See, both this sat and asat is experienced with the help of our buddhi. Shankaracharya ji writes that this both kim tat sat asat vidyamanam, that which is always present, always existing, without any change, that is called sat. And asatcha yatra nasti iti buddhi, and asat is that which constantly changes. One moment it is seen as one thing, then next moment it is different. So the understanding of this asat keeps on changing. But it's always present in different forms. So the world which we experience is also experienced with the buddhi, with our intellect. We experience the world with the help of our senses and our intellect. We experience the world. But whatever we understand of anything of this world, that understanding changes. If we determine the nature of an object as one thing of this world, after some time that object changes. Like we see a nice grown tree, green. After a few years, we see all the leaves have fallen down, the tree has grown old. So it has changed. The tree which we had seen and understood before is no longer there. Another tree is there, means same tree has become different. It has undergone change. This is true about everything. Even human beings. You meet some person, he looks, means his body, his looks, his everything you see, and you meet that person after a few months or few years, looks totally different. Nowadays we have not been meeting people. All of them, many of them are staying home. So some people, they have lost their weight, some people have gained weight. So if you meet them after some time, you will not be able to recognize them. The person is same, something is same in that person, but something in that person is changing. What is changing? Body is changing, mind is changing, intellect is changing. So all that changes is called asat. But there is someone inside who is experiencing this change, who is constantly present while all the change is happening. That is that Pratyak Atma, the Kshetrajna, the seer, the witness of this world, the I. That I is constantly experienced in the same way. So that I is Sat, and all that the I is experiencing is Asat, changing. But both this I, the self, and this world are both expressions of Brahma. Brahma alone, through his apara prakriti, is appearing like the world, and Brahma, through his para prakriti, is appearing like the self, the seer. So the world changing constantly is called Asat, and the I who is experiencing the world is Sat. Both Asat and Sat are expressions of Brahma. But what is that Brahma? Brahma cannot be called Sat and cannot be called Asat also. Because the buddhi doesn't reach that Brahma. This Sat Asat is experienced with the help of our buddhi. Buddhi cannot reach Brahma. Therefore, Brahma is beyond both Sat as well as Asat. And that is what Arjuna is saying here. Ki Tvam Aksharam, you are that imperishable. You are Sat Asat, but at the same time Tat Param. You are beyond this Sat and Asat. Sat and Asat are like your upadhis. Just conditioning through which you appear. But you are actually beyond this both. Sadasat Tat Param Yata. Most fascinating, beautiful. So kasmachatena nameran mahatman gariyase brahmanopyadikartre anantadevesha jagannivasa tvamaksharam sadasat tatparam yata. Further Arjuna says, verse number 38, Tvamadideva purusha puranaha tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam vettasi vedyancha parancha dhama Tvaya tatam vishvam anantarupa. Tvam adidevaha. You are the Adidev, because you are the very source of this entire creation. You are the creator of this world. So before you were before all these devatas. All these devatas have come afterwards. You are before those devatas. So Tvam Adidevaha Jagatashrashtatvat, and Tvam Purushaha, you are Purusha. Bhagavan is also called Purusha because Purishayanat. This whole world is called Pura. So Bhagavan exists in this whole world, therefore is called Purusha. Our body is also called Pura. Navadvare Pure Dehi. This Deha is called Navadvara Pura, having 9 gates. But whose Pura means a city. So whose city is it? It belongs to whom? It belongs to I, the self, who is actually Paramatma only. So this Pura belongs to that Paramatma. And what does he do in this Pura? He is just sleeping in this Pura. He is resting in this Pura. He is not doing anything. In his very presence, everything happens. He is not doing anything. So, Puri Shayanat Purushaha. So, Tvam Adideva Purusha Puranaha. Then Bhagwan is also called Puranaha. Purana means most ancient, but at the same time very new also, always new. Pura api navam. Ancient doesn't mean Bhagwan becomes old. Means time has got no effect on that Ishvara. Ishvara is not affected by time. So though he is most ancient, he is always new, always fresh. So Puranaha. And Tvam Asya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. Also, you are Param Nidhan, the supreme support of this whole world. Shankaracharya ji writes कि परम प्रकृष्टम, the supreme, निधानम निधीयते अस्मिन् जगत सर्वम महाप्रलयादौ इति. Even during Mahapralaya, everything resides in that Paramatma only. See, this world, though it is constantly changing, the reality of this world, the Swarupa of this world is Paramatma only. So the world as Paramatma always exists. The world appears in a particular name and form, it remains in that name and form, and it merges back into that Paramatma. But the world as Paramatma always exists. Just as ornaments, gold ornaments and gold. The ornaments as gold always exist. But ornaments as ornament constantly changes. Ornaments have different names, different forms. But when they are melted away, they again turn back into gold only. Means even when the ornaments are present, they are gold, and when they are melted, they are gold. So gold is the support, the supreme support of all the ornaments. In the same way, the world is like the ornaments, and Paramatma, that Brahma, is like gold. So the world always exists in that Paramatma. He is the supreme Nidhanam, support of this whole world. Therefore, he is called Param Nidhanam. But who understands, who comes to comprehend Ishvara? He says, Vettasi, you alone are Vetta. You alone are the knower. Ishvara alone is the knower. See, even in us, that self, which is not different from Ishvara, knows. That Ishvara, as the self in all, knows everything in particular, and he also knows everything in general. Bhagwan is therefore called Sarvajna and Sarvavita. Sarvajna, knowing everything in general, and Sarvavita, knowing everything in particular. He alone is the knower in all. Therefore, he is the Vetta. You alone are the Vetta. Vettasi. Huh? And what about what does he know? What is that which is known? Arjuna says, you are Vedyam. All that is known is also your own self only. You alone are that which is known, and you alone are the knower. Means this entire creation and everything that which is known is Ishvara alone, and the one who knows everything is also Ishvara. Therefore, Vetta se Vedyancha Parancha Dhama. You are the supreme Dhama, the ultimate destination of all. Paramam Padam Vaishnavam. You are the supreme Pada, the supreme goal, the ultimate destination of all beings. See, according to our karma, we get the result. According to the pap and punya which we have acquired, we go to different lokas. But whichever loka we acquire, again we come back on earth, or karma bhumi. Therefore, Brahma bhuvana lokaha punaravartino Arjuna. We have seen that all the worlds starting from Brahma lok onwards, all this world are punaravarti, means one who goes there again comes back. It's a world of return. But having attained that Paramatma, there is no return. Therefore, he is the supreme Dham, Param Dham. Yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. He is the Param Dhama. So, Vetta se Vedyancha Parancha Dhama. And Tvaya Tatam Vishvam Anantarupa. He Anantarupa. O Bhagwan of infinite forms, Tvaya Tatam Vishvam. By you only everything is pervaded. You alone pervades everything. You alone are existing as everything. You alone are the knower of everything. You alone are the one or all that which is known. This is the fact. This is the truth which we have to recognize, realize. But this is the absolute truth. And here, by Bhagwan's grace, it is all this thing is coming out of Arjuna's mouth. Arjuna, after listening to Bhagwan, he could express all this. So that is most amazing and beautiful. So further, Arjuna says, Vayuryamognirvarunasya shankah Prajapatistvam prapitamahascha Namo namastestu sahasrakritvah Punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. Bhagwan Arjuna says that you alone are everyone and everything. You are Vayuhu, you are the Vayu, the wind which is blowing everywhere. That is your own nature only, your expression. You alone are expressing as Vayu. Vayuhu. Yamaha. You are Yamaraj. Yama is also your expression. So Vayuhu, Yamaha, Agnihi. You alone are Agni. The Agni Devata is also your expression. Varunaha, the king of all these water bodies, Varuna. You yourself are Varunaha. Vayur Yamognir Varunaha. You yourself are Varunaha. Shashankaha. You are Shashankaha. Shashankaha, the Chandrama. You yourself are Chandrama. Excuse me. अरे बाद में आ जाना. You yourself are Chandrama. Vayur Yamognir Varuna Shashankaha. Shashankaha, Chandrama. Chandrama is called Shashankaha because Chandrama has got the sign. You can see an image of a rabbit. Therefore, it's called Shashankaha. So Ishvara alone is Shashankaha. Prajapatis-tvam, and you alone are the Prajapati, the various Prajapatis who helped in further creating this world. Like Kashyapadi, all these Prajapatis are also expressions of that Ishvara alone. So Vayur Yamognir Varuna Shashankaha Prajapatis-tvam Prapitamahascha. And you yourself are Prapitamaha. Prapitamaha means the great grandfather. See here Shankaracharya ji writes कि पितामहः means पितामहस्य अपि पिता प्रपितामहः ब्राह्मणः अपि पिता इत्यर्थः. That you are the father of even Brahmaji, Hiranyagarbha. See, Hiranyagarbha is like a grandfather. Hiranyagarbha's son is Vaishvanara. He is like our father. Because Vaishvanara alone created, or from him alone came all these beings. So all beings, the devatas, the plants, the animals, birds, human beings are all children of Vaishvanara. So Vaishvanara is like our father. But Vaishvanara himself is born from Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha is his father and our grandfather. But Hiranyagarbha himself is manifested from Ishvara. So Ishvara is the great grandfather. I hope my voice is okay now. So Vayur Yamognir Varuna Shashankaha Prajapatis-tvam Prapitamahascha. So you are the Prapitamaha, the father of grandfather also. So Namo Namastestu Sahasrakritvaha. So having realized the greatness of Ishvara, having realized the greatness of Bhagwan as that Vishwarupa, what can we offer? What can we give to Ishvara except our namaskar? As I said, when we see something most amazing, wonderful, great, automatic that humility comes, that Sharanagati comes. So Namaskar is like a Sharanagati. Namaskar is expression of our humility. Namaskar is acknowledgement of the greatness of that Supreme. So Arjuna is saying, Namo Namaste, Namo Namaste, Namaha, Namaha, Namaskar to you, Namaskar to you. See, this Namaskar lot of different sentiments are there in this namaskar. The most fascinating. And now, during this pandemic, the whole world has realized the importance of namaskar. So, namaskar. Namaskar means one meaning is na mama, that nothing is mine, everything belongs to you. Na mama. Na mama iti namaskara. Everything is yours. Namaskar also, we bring our both the hands together and we bow our head. There are namaskar wherein we can lie down totally on the ground. It's Sashtang namaskar. Or if we are doing namaskar just standing, we fold our hands, join them together and bow our head. Means it's a sign of total Sharanagati. Our 5 organs of action, 5 organs of perception, and our Antakarana Chatushtaya, we are offering to that Supreme Ishvara. Bhagavan says that Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Ahantva Sarva Papebhya Mokshayishyami Ma Shuchaha. You surrender to me. So this is a sign of surrender only. This is a great upasana. One should spend time doing namaskar to Ishvara. Ishvara is appearing in front of us in the form of this world. Ishvara alone is there in all beings. So keeping attention on Ishvara, recognizing his presence, tuning to that Ishvara, we should do that namaskar. Vandana bhakti, namaskar bhakti. So here Arjuna is doing namaskar to Bhagwan. Ki namo namaste, my namaskar to you. Sahasrakritvaha, not once or twice, but 100,000s of time my namaskar to you. Sahasrakritvaha. Sahasrobar namaskar. Again and again and again and again and again namaskar. See, we have these beautiful names of Bhagwan, like Sahasranam, like Vishnu Sahasranam, Shiva Sahasranam, 100,000 names of Bhagwan, wherein we chant Bhagwan's name and do namaskar. We offer flower and do namaskar, 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 again and again and again. So here Arjuna is doing namaskar again and again and again. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. So namo namaste sahasrakritvaha. Thousands of time my namaskar to you. See, after doing namaskar for thousands of time, you might feel that, oh, now it is over. He has done lot of namaskar. But Arjuna is saying further that punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. That I am not feeling satisfied doing namaskar to you thousands of times. That I am doing namaskar to you. Punascha. Punahacha bhuya api iti shraddha bhakti atishayat. Because of lots of shraddha and bhakti which Arjuna had in his heart, he feels not totally satisfied by doing namaskar. He wants to do namaskar again and again and again. Punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. Most amazing. See, when we bring the entire bhava in our namaskar, our ego will become zero. A person who has got lots of ego, ahankar, will not be able to do namaskar. Namaskar and ahankar, they don't go together. Like Ravan and all, full of ahankar. He didn't want to even take Bhagwan's name. Similarly, those who have lot of ahankar, they find it very difficult to do namaskar. Outwardly they might do the action, but that bhava of namaskar will not come. That bhava of namaskar will come when we drop our ahankar. What is ahankar? Yesterday also I had mentioned, or maybe the day before yesterday, that ahankar is a false claim which we have. See, when I claim something as I am the doer, I have done this, I am doing this, I am doing this. Actually, whatever action we are doing is blessed by Ishvara alone. Through Ishvara Shakti alone, all actions becomes possible. But when we claim the whole action on ourselves, then that is ahankar only. And that ahankar prevents us from surrendering to Ishvara. Even simple walking, talking, doing anything in this world is not possible without the help of the devatas, without the help of Prakriti. In fact, all these actions are made possible in the waking state. All actions are possible for all beings. They all are done by Vaishvanara. Our mind, our intellect, all this is made to function by the blessings of Hiranyagarbha. But ultimately everything happens by Ishvara's grace alone. Ishvara is the real doer in all of us. He is the real knower in all. He is the enjoyer in all. But when we take credit for what Ishvara has done for ourselves, then that is called ahankar. So when we understand the real significance, when we understand the mahima of Ishvara, then that namaskar bhavana will come in our heart. So that is what Arjuna is expressing here. Namaskar, namaskar, namo namastestu sahasra krutvaha punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. So this sadhana we should do. Just bring that image of Bhagwan in your heart again and again and do namaskar. If we can do this, it will purify our mind and make our ego totally zero. And when the ego becomes zero, we will be able to realize our own real self. Though Arjuna has done namaskar so many times and again he did namaskar, but still he is not satisfied. In the next verse, Arjuna says, Nama purastadata prashtataste namostu te sarvata eva sarva ananta viryamita vikramastvam sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. कि नमः पुरस्ताद अथ पृष्ठतस्ते. हे भगवान, नमः पुरस्ताद. I am doing namaskar to you from front. Looking at you in the purva disha, I am doing namaskar. Namah purastat purvasyam dishi tubhyam. Looking at you in the direction, eastern direction, I am doing namaskar to you. Namah purastadata prushtataste. Then I am doing namaskar to you from behind also. Prushtataha apichate. From behind also I am doing namaskar to you. Namostute sarvata eva sarva. And I am doing namaskar to you from all directions. Sarvasu dikshu sarvatra stitaya he sarva. O Bhagwan, who are everything, I am doing namaskar to you from every direction. See, when we meet some person we face that person and do namaskar. We don't go behind him and do namaskar. But Bhagwan has got his face in all direction. Vishvato Mukhaha, he has got his face facing all directions. Up also Bhagwan is there, down also Bhagwan is there, on the right, on the left, in all directions. Ishvara alone is there. Therefore we do namaskar to him from every side. See, even symbolically when we go to a temple, we do pradakshina. And we do namaskar to him from every side, even behind, from behind also we do namaskar. From the right, from the left, from every side, one does namaskar to Bhagwan, because he is everywhere. He is everywhere. So Arjuna is saying ki namaha purastad atha prushtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva. Hey sarva, you are sarvataha, you are everywhere. So namaskar to you from all directions. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. When we have the supreme love for someone and that respect for that person, and with that respect and love in our heart, when we do namaskar, there is a great sense of joy and peace which is experienced in the heart. And it's so very amazing and strange. We go to various temples also and have darshan of Bhagwan and do namaskar. Sometimes we have to stand in queue for hours together to have darshan of Bhagwan. Like people go to Tirupati Bhagwan ke darshan karne ke liye. So they have to keep waiting in queue. So after many hours, then finally your turn comes. Then you enter that temple and then you reach this near sanctum sanctorium. And you see Bhagwan's beautiful image in front of you. After hours of waiting and for Bhagwan darshan, finally you reach in front of Bhagwan. And you just fold your hands and look at Bhagwan. You have only few seconds there because lots of people are there behind. So you can't stand for long in front of that Bhagwan's image. So you have a darshan of Bhagwan, do namaskar, and a very strange thing, you close your eyes and bow your head. And then as soon as you open your eyes and you have to move ahead. So you had waited hours together to have Bhagwan's darshan. You had the opportunity to look at Bhagwan's that image for few seconds. But you used that few seconds, even fraction of a second you opened your eyes and saw, but most of the time you closed your eyes and bowed your head. Because this is natural, because it is there deep within our samskar, that the Bhagwan whom we are seeing in front in an image is actually within us. Is not only outside, is there in our heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddeshe Arjuna tishtati. Ishvara resides in the heart of all beings. So we do namaskar to him from every side. Whichever direction you see and do namaskar, it reaches Bhagwan. You don't have to only do namaskar in one direction. Whichever direction, whichever way you do namaskar, it reaches that Paramatma. He is everywhere. Then Ananta Virya Amita Vikramastvam. Arjuna says, you are Ananta Virya. Your Virya is Ananta. Virya means Samarthya, ability. Ability to do and to create, that power. Viryam Samarthyam. And Vikramaha Parakramaha. Virya means Samarthya. And Vikram means Parakramaha. Means that expression. See, one is that we have the ability with us. And another is when we express that ability to achieve something. For example, a person has got the ability, he has got the samarthya to, let us say, to run a race. He has got this great ability. But he doesn't participate in any event, in any race. So he has not won any trophies. So he has samarthya, but there is no parakram. There are people who have great knowledge, but they don't express it, they don't share it with others. So they have samarthya, but no parakram. पराक्रम नहीं है, सामर्थ्य है. घर में बैठ के बहुत बड़ा बड़ा बोलते हैं. They keep talking about their greatness, but when it comes to expression, they don't express. Then that is incomplete. Bhagwan has both samarthya as well as expression. How much? Infinite. Ananta Virya. Actually, all the actions and everything we achieve in this world happens because of the samarthya of Ishvara alone. Ishvara's samarthya and our desire together make things happen. Ishvara alone doesn't do anything because he doesn't have any desire. But because of the desires of all beings, Ishvara does. He creates this world also to fulfill the desires of all beings. So our desire plus Ishvara's samarthya makes things happen. That's what I had mentioned before also, the combination of avidya and Bhagwan's maya or prakriti. So avidya and prakriti. Avidya sanyuktam avyaktam is what is called svabhava, which makes everything happens. Svabhavastu pravartate. So Ananta Viryamita Vikramastvam, you are Ananta Virya and Ananta Vikramaha. Sarvam Samapnoshi, you pervade and fill everything. You are present everywhere. Sarvam Samastam Jagat Samapnoshi. Samyak Ekena Atmana Vyapnoshi Yataha. By your one amsha only, you pervade the entire world. And being and pervading the whole world, you are also the world. You not only pervade the world, but you are of the nature of world. So tatosi sarvaha. You are sarvaha and sarvam samapnoshi. You pervade everything and you are everything. It's like gold. Gold pervades the ornaments and gold itself is the ornament. All ornaments are gold and gold pervades all ornaments. Similarly, Ishvara pervades the whole world and Ishvara is the world. The world is not different from Ishvara. Such a beautiful prayer. So more about this we will see in our class tomorrow. So you can chant this prayer at home and pray for the welfare of the whole world and do namaskar to that Supreme Ishvara. Okay? So we'll meet again tomorrow. Till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and pray, and we shall meet again tomorrow. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, 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 Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.